this time, before Brother Steve comes up, I'm going to ask Elana if she will come up, and Elana's going to do a special for us this morning.
I want all the team to know I am so proud of you because you are stepping out for Christ. And that is everything in this world. And just remember, Miss Elana is going to be praying for you every day. My devotion this week centered around the life of Joseph. And I'll be honest with you, Joseph it's not that he's not one of my favorite Bible characters, but there are others that mean a lot to me, like Esther. You know, she was a queen after God's own heart. She was very strong in her faith, and she stepped out when God told her to, at risk of her own life. And then I love the story of Daniel because he had such a simple, hard faith. He knew that no matter what, if he just prayed, God was going to show up. In Joseph's life, he had so many things that went against him. I imagine when he was younger, he was just a little bit on the cocky side, as most young men are. And he said things to his brothers that probably they didn't appreciate. Raising boys, I can understand that. But he still stood for what God called him to do. And he got thrown into a pit that was actually like a cistern that was like 15 to 20 foot deep. And it was pear-shaped, so there was no way he was going to be able to get out of that. I'm certain, and there was no water in the cistern either. So when he fell 15 to 20 feet, as this orthopedic nurse knows, you're probably going to break something on the way down. It didn't mention that, but that's okay because he still trusted in God. That he knew that even though his brothers betrayed him, even though he knew he was in that pit, that God was going to take care of him. He got sold into slavery. He went to Egypt, which was totally far away from his country and everybody he knew. He got put in a man's house, and the man trusted him, put him over everything. And then, oh, Lord have mercy, here comes a wicked woman. And she gets him in trouble by telling lies about him. Then he gets thrown into prison, in the Egyptian prison, and he still follows God's will for his life. And he was faithful, and he got put in charge of everything. And even after all the years that he was in prison, finally God put him in the place of leadership of where he wanted him to save the whole nation of Israel and to save his family and to bring redemption, which is what Christ does for us. Because of Joseph's life, of what he chose to do, God redeemed his nation. And that is because he chose to do God's will. Now, the song I'm going to sing to you this morning is I Choose Christ. No matter where you are, no matter what trials come against you, no matter what family, no matter anything, always choose Christ because he is your redemption. It was not the path I would have chosen. I could see no hope from where I stood. Even though I knew what God had promised, I couldn't see how he could work it for my good. Yet that road where pain was my companion took me to an unexpected place. And standing in the middle of the darkness, that was where my heart would learn to say, I choose Christ. When everything around me says give up, I choose faith, I choose to trust, to believe he is good. He'll come through like he said he would every time. Oh, story He's unfolding, but I know in His will He has a plan. So every day my prayer is to surrender, even when it's hard to understand. I choose Christ when everything around me says give up. I choose faith, I choose to trust, to believe He is good. He'll come through like He said He would every time. Oh, I choose Christ. His grace is sufficient for whatever happens in my life. I have made my decision.